Good morning, everyone. Mayor Steve Wilder here from the City of North Canton, from the Office of the Mayor. I want to welcome you to our Wednesday weekly community update. And we're going to jump right into things. It's a beautiful sunny day. We're enjoying the weather as I see so many people are out. And when you look at April 1st, boy, we certainly had an April Fool's Day with our snow. So that was last Thursday. It was quite a welcome into April and spring, but hopefully we're beyond that four-letter word now of snow. April 4th, of course, was Easter Sunday. I hope many of you had an opportunity to be with family and friends and have a day of reflection on that very holy day for our country and around the world. So hope you had a good, safe Easter Sunday. Major League Baseball is back. I hope our Indians will learn how to hit or start hitting soon, but a lot of things are starting to open up here in April. Hopefully I'll have a chance to take in one of the games this year. There's a few special national days that have been brought to my attention, and one of the national holidays today is National Beer, celebrated in parts of the United States, National Beer Day. So I know Ohio has really increased its craft breweries throughout Ohio and even here in Stark County. So it is quite a up-and-coming commerce product. So today is National Beer Day. Also, it's brought to my attention that it is National Walking Day. And National Walking Day is every year, as the first Wednesday in April. And National Walking Day is exactly as it sounds. A day to celebrate the easiest way to be the healthiest version of you. Walking for 30 to 60 minutes per day may sound like it isn't much, but studies have shown that it can drastically improve your health and even help prevent ailments such as type 2 diabetes, cancer, and heart disease. I'm going to get out. I usually run or walk on the Hoover Trail. I try to do that weather permitting, especially this last winter. But our parks are wide open and the Hoover Trail's open. Get out, exercise, and enjoy the weather and just being outside. Our restrooms are open at our parks now, so come enjoy and get outside and get that daily walk in as much as possible. Well, one of my female friends, I guess I could say, or one of my friends I know, they did bring to my attention that today also, April the 7th, is National No Housework Day. So I don't know where you want to put that in your calendar, folks, but she brought it out that you put down the laundry and toss out the to-do list. And for this one day, we can give ourselves a break and do what we want around the house. So maintaining a clean and livable home can sometimes feel like a never-ending chore. And as soon as you finish the washing and the cleaning, it all needs to be done again and again and again. So, well, this is why National No Housework Day is here, to allow yourself a break, meaning for that one day at least, you don't need to do any worry about housework. And I'm not just saying that's just for ladies. It could be for men also. So there you go. As we move into a little bit more of a serious note, April is also a month of Child Abuse Prevention Month. And according to the United States Department of Health and Human Services, April is Child Abuse Prevention Month. And as you should know, child abuse is defined as, in part, as the physical, emotional, and or sexual mistreatment of a child by someone who has trust or power over that child. So many of you participate in activities and programs that talk about education and prevention of this terrible issue of child abuse. So just again, an awareness, learn about it, and see how you can help prevent this happening in our community. Following up on this, I had the opportunity to present at Goodwill Industries a proclamation in support of Sexual Assault Awareness and Prevention Month, also for the month of April 2021. I did this on behalf of our Sexual Assault Response Team, the SAR team, as they work as a coalition to the Ohio Alliance to End Sexual Violence with Conquest Services Incorporated. I want to thank the people involved with the SART team and Compass for allowing me to do this. I do want to share one more thing about this issue. Stark County is very fortunate to have 2 rape crisis centers. The Alliance Rape Crisis Program serves the city of Alliance and surrounding areas, and Compass, which is the Sexual Assault Education and Prevention and Support Network, serves the remaining portion of Stark County, including North Canton. And if you or someone you know has been impacted by sexual violence and would like to speak to an advocate, or you can call the Stark County Sexual Assault Hotline at 330-452-1111. And additionally, if you would like more information on what Stark County is doing to promote a safer community free of sexual violence, just please follow the SART on Facebook. Thank you for allowing me to make that proclamation to you at your offices there at the Goodwill. I had the distinct honor also to present another proclamation, and this one is to our hometown North Canton Public Library. And folks, basically libraries of all types are at the heart of our cities, our towns, schools, and campuses, serving their communities. Our North Canton Public Library has for 95 years served the greater North Canton community by enhancing the quality of life and by selecting maintaining and making available resources that serves the public with informational, recreational, and cultural needs. So starting on April the 4th, on Monday, through the 10th, that was Sunday through the 10th, as National Library Week here in North Canton, and in support of our North Canton Public Library and all that good that they do for our community and for our citizens. So, and I proclaimed that on the 5th of April. And I had the opportunity to present that to a group of staffers inside that library. And if you want to go to their Facebook, you'll be able to see that presentation live. And finally, on a serious note, on an educational note, for our Jewish community, the Holocaust Memorial Day for Hebrew year 5781 begins at sundown today, Wednesday, the 7th of April, 2021, and ends at nightfall on Thursday, 8th of April, 2021. And the Holocaust and Heroism Remembrance Day, known colloquially in Israel and abroad as Yom HaShoah, and in English as Holocaust Remembrance Day, or Holocaust Day. And that is observed in Israel. It's a day of commemoration of approximately 6 million Jews and 5 million others who perished in the Holocaust because of the actions carried out by Nazi Germany and its accessories, and for the Jewish resistance in that period. In Israel, it is a national memorial day and public holiday. It was inaugurated in 1953. So for my family and our families of Jewish Hebrew faith, your day of remembrance begins tonight and goes through tomorrow. Thank you. Let's get into some of the COVID information that I've received this week from our Stark County Health Department update and our community health departments. So today in Stark County, up to almost 39,000 vaccinations have been given. We're vaccinating now people 16 and over. There is a vaccination set aside for those that are 60 plus who may have difficulty getting to a site. The Stark County Health Department will make on-site or home visits, okay? And they do have vaccinations set aside for that. They're running clinics Tuesday through Saturday, about 1,000 vaccinations a day, at those clinics. If you noticed, Governor DeWine visited last week and gave them a thumbs up for all the good work and organization the Stark County Health Department is doing. Just a short recap for the Altman Health Group. They're averaging anywhere from 9 to 16 patients, and that fluctuates for COVID. They only had about 2 on an ICU and 1 on a ventilator this last week. They had about 5 employees out, and for Mercy and Cleveland Clinic, again, they're averaging anywhere from 8 to 14 in that range of admissions. They didn't have anybody in ICU that I know of or on a ventilator, so and they have about 4 staff out. So there's a trend there right now. I think we see anywhere from 8 to 16 possibly patients coming into our hospitals. Now, they did bring to our attention, and maybe you've read about it in the paper, that there is a UK variant that seems to be in Ohio, in the United States. It's called a B.1.1.7 variant, and right now our neighboring state of Michigan has that. So we may see a little bit of an uptick. I'm not sure on that, but they've also, the hospitals have noted that from the spring break or some leftover from St. Patrick's Day, there's an uptick with people with showing symptoms of COVID. So just want to pass that on to you. I mentioned last week about there's a FEMA proposal. It's got about costs for people to be able to be compensated for their funeral costs due to COVID-19 related deaths. And if you want to go to their site, the FEMA site, you'll be able to locate a FEMA to help pay funeral costs, COVID-19 related deaths. And that is something that is for those people. And it will have your frequently asked questions and answers, how it applies to you, and some of the guidelines for that. Very, very briefly, if you don't mind. The applicant must be a U.S. citizen, a non-citizen national, or qualified alien who incurred funeral expenses after January 20th, 2020, for a death attributed to COVID-19. So the starting date would be January 20, 2020. And it could involve multiple individuals, but I'm just giving you a couple bullet points here. The applicant may apply for multiple deceased individuals, and the COVID-19 related death must have occurred in the United States, including the U.S. territories and the District of Columbia. The assistance is limited to a maximum financial amount of $9,000 per funeral and a maximum of $35,000 per application. And again, funeral assistance is intended to assist with expenses for funeral services, interment, or cremation. A death certificate that attributes the death to COVID-19 and shows that the death occurred in the United States. The death certificate must indicate the death may have been caused by or was likely the result of COVID-19 or COVID-19-like symptoms. Similar phrases that indicate a high likelihood of COVID-19 are considered sufficient attribution. And the funeral expense documents, of course, your receipts, funeral home contract, those things must be included, the applicant's name, the deceased individual's name, and the amount of the funeral expenses and dates the funeral expenses were incurred. And proof of the funds received from other services. So if there is other assistance, you need to provide that. I do have the 1-800 number for you to call. Starting April the 12th, 2021, they'll have a 1-800 number for you. 1-844-684-6333. That's 1-844-684-6333. Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. You'll be able to get guidance on how to apply for the FEMA reimbursement. And it's very, very detailed. So I would say give that that's a resource for you, unfortunately, to help you with your family and funeral costs. Well, certainly Governor DeWine on April the 5th came out with a number of orders, rescinding some things in the past, but I just want to highlight the director's orders again for social distancing, facial covering, and non-congregating. Briefly, for facial coverings or masks, except as provided herein, all individuals in the state of Ohio shall wear facial coverings at all times in any indoor location that is not a residence, outdoors, and unable to consistently maintain a distance of 6 feet or more from individuals who are not members of their family or household, waiting for, riding, driving, or operating public transportation, a taxi, car service, or a ride-sharing vehicle. This does not apply to private or rental vehicles where members of a family or household are sharing a vehicle. So basically, you don't have to wear a mask if you're in your own car. The requirement to wear a facial covering doesn't apply, and there's a whole list of things on this, folks. The individual is under 10 years of old, 10 years of age. Whether you have a medical condition, there's maybe in your own office space. So I'm not going to go through every one. You can go to the Ohio Department of Health, and you can look for the director's order and reference the director's order for social distancing and facial coverings and non-congregating. It does say here, individuals must avoid gathering in groups and attempt at all times to maintain social distancing. When gathered together, the individual should be in a group of no more than 10 individuals that is separated from other groups by at least 6 feet. And each individual should perform a daily health assessment. Stay at home if you have a fever, cough, or other signs of possible coronavirus. Things that we've been talking about for the last year. Maintain your physical distancing whenever possible. 6 foot is the recommended. I think even in our schools it's been lowered now to 3 for some of the students. 6 foot distancing for your employees and customers in line. Maintain that appropriate distance, and maintaining hand sanitizer or other sanitizing products available or readily available. Let's see, sanitation, I think goes without saying. Again, washing our hands, just getting into a routine, cleaning our surfaces, faucets, desks, workstations, restrooms, and equipment. Now this is for fixed seating. There's talks about the maximum number of spectators permitted to be in attendance at an indoor facility that's fixed seating hall is 25% of the capacity of the facility. A distance of 6 feet should be maintained between seated spectators with groups of no more than 10 people seated together. Well, thank you for your patience on that. I just want to try to get that information out to you. So again, as we move on, as we're working outside, I was talking to a gentleman the other day. He's putting a fence in around his house, and I asked him if he dialed or called 811 before he was starting to make holes and put fencing in. He said he did. He called 811, and that was recommended. I got this recommendation from Dominion Energy of Ohio, and reminds the public the state law requires calling 811 2 business days before digging. And this is what he did. And they came out, he marked the area, or they saw the area where he's putting his post holes in and his fencing. And he says it was very quick, they were prompt, polite, and got the work done. So again, if you're going to be working around the house and you're going to have digging projects, such as installing a mailbox, putting up a fence, building a deck, planting a tree, digging around, just some those are examples of digging projects. It behooves you to call 811 so that you make sure that you're not hitting a gas line, maybe going to your outside lighting, or a power line or a phone line, if anybody has a landline anymore. So anyways, it's working, okay? It's very simple. I mentioned last time before, I haven't seen any fire hydrant flush flow testing lately, but if you do, we'll try to give you those times and the dates that that's going to occur. And anytime a resident or a business has a discoloration in their water, please just call the drinking water plant at 330-499-8223 and hit on option number 8, okay? So just a reminder for that. For our municipal income tax preparation help, we work through RITA, the Regional Income Tax Agency. And I just want to refresh your memories. It was on March the 17th of this year, the Department of Internal Revenue Service announced that the federal income tax filing due date for individuals for 2020 will be automatically extended from April the 15th, 2021 to May 17th, 2021. Now the state of Ohio and also the city of North Canton, we are following the same guidelines. So we are all following May 17th as the deadline for filing taxes. I mentioned before, I still get calls on this about burn permits. Contact our permit department, and those permits are you can pay and apply online through the permits website. It's $10 fee, and it goes. It's a year-to-year fee. Okay, and our fire department will come out within 10 calendar days, inspect it, and you don't have to be there, and they'll have a permit for you. And if they find any deficiencies, they'll make contact and make recommendations for you. So again, if you have any questions, you can still call the fire department at 330-499-3403, and they're at extension 1207. And again, our permits department is at permits@northcantanohio.gov. That's permits@ohio.gov. And our permit number is 330-499-5557. For our builders, again, we can do remote inspections, virtual inspections. You can do your electronic plan reviews via the internet, and you can also make payments and things via the internet for us. I've had a couple inquiries about the traffic light at Claremont and Schneider. A traffic light warrant analysis was conducted on a school day in that location. I know that light has been there for probably my entire career here working at the police department and for the city. And at one time we had a number of kids going to school, walking to Claremont in that area. However, that light was being looked at again. So let's talk about that, the light at Claremont and Schneider. So city administration did conduct a traffic signal warrant analysis, and that was conducted on a school day. And the count was for 13 hours from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. And the findings were evaluated using 8 separate warrant methodologies, and in each result this traffic signal was not warranted for this location. And although this signal may have been at this location for several decades, I know that the development and use patterns may have changed over the years since that time it was put in. We found that only 107 vehicles were recorded using Claremont Avenue to Schneider Street, which is significantly insufficient to warrant a signal. So further, with considering the traffic volume and traveling east and west on Schneider, this intersection still does not meet the thresholds to warrant a traffic signal by a considerable margin. So after reviewing the independent data and findings with key personnel, the traffic light should be removed. Now we're taking in consideration the crossing there, so we're going to, again, look at making similar improvements to the pedestrian crosswalk, as has been done recently in other school zones. And that leads me to this conversation. With everybody being outside, the weather being nice, We have some signaled crosswalks along East Maple Street, and there's one over on Marquardt. That's Plain Township between the Hoover Trail. But folks, just remember, you have to show caution for the pedestrians. Hopefully they're going to hit that little pedestrian light to caution you to slow down, to allow them to cross the street. But as much as they have an obligation not to just step off and walk into traffic, you have an obligation as a motorist to be observant of pedestrians at those crosswalks, waiting to cross, and show due regard that whether it's a child on a bike or an adult or someone walking their dog, you never know what they're going to do. They may not see you for some reason. All I'm saying is, please slow down. Be aware of those locations that we have identified for you with traffic signals or pedestrian signals to help people cross the street safely. So I'm asking you for some help on that to keep our pedestrians and making our city safe and walkable. Well, there's a number of things happening at the YMCA. And if you want to go on their website, you'll be able to find all kinds of things that are happening. And April the 9th, they're registering for their parent and child paint night. Look at starting April the 12th, they're registering for track and baseball registrations. And I understand the 43rd July 4th race is back. And that registration starts April the 12th. And you can go online there and get more information about that. And on April the 15th, they have some more community programs called Lunch and Learn, mindful eating and breathing techniques. And on starting April the 19th, I know people will be anxious for this, will be the pre-season Dogwood Pool Pass Sale begins. So the Dogwood Pool pre-season pass sale begins April the 19th. Get to that right now. So you want to go through the Dogwood Pool, not through the city of North Canton, for your pool preseason pool pass memberships. Real quick, the North Canton residents, if it's single, it's $80. Families, $192. Buddy Pass is $128, and the senior is simply $40. And for the non-residents, it's $130 for a single, $312 for non-resident family. A Buddy Pass is $128, and only $60 for a senior. So there you go. And just go to that website, and that'll help you get started with getting your pool pass for Dogwood Pool. I got a great report on the Easter buffet. It was sold out at Arrowhead Golf and Event Center. Food was great reviews coming through, and congratulations to Deanna and her staff up there. I think they had over 200 guests at 2 seatings for the brunch or for the Easter buffet. Thank you. And again, they're taking memberships at Arrowhead for golf and pool memberships also. You can just go online or call Arrowhead Golf and Event Center at 330-433-1880 and just follow the directory, whether it's memberships for pool, special events at the event center, or golf memberships and things like that. So give a call. And Deanna wanted me to make sure for all those that are thinking about getting married, the Intimate Bridal Show is scheduled for Sunday the 18th from 12 to 3. And so they're going to have 15 wedding vendors up there. So ladies and gentlemen, get up there and view that event from 12 to 3 at the Arrowhead Golf and Event Center, the Intimate Bridal Show. And our signature, it's our signature special event is our North Canton Farmers Market. It goes from 3 to 6 today, and it will be up there through April the 28th. So we have a few more Wednesdays. Come on up and join Gina Groschmidt and the gang for our North Canton Farmers Market. Just a little thank you to everybody who supported North Canton JCs in providing supplies for the neonatal intensive care unit in our area here. And thank you, JCs, for handling that. Don't forget the Viking Virtual Run. Goes from April the 17th to the 25th. You can go online and just Google that, and you'll be able to support that run. And hey, there's a little special grand opening. It's called the Creation Station Art Center, and it's going to be down there on South Main Street at 842 South Main. Come on down. She's a wonderful lady. She's been a strong participant of the North Canton Farmers Market. So go on down to Creation Station, April 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Well, we're a little past the 3rd, but they're offering adult and children art and craft classes. So feel free to contact 330-361-0474 to sign up through Eventbrite. Creation Station. A couple of things to think about in the future here. April the 24th is going to be Earth Day, recycling with North Canton Public Library. It's going to be 11 to 2. And also on the 24th, I'm getting ready for the first pitch for the North Canton Little League. And that's going to be at 11 o'clock also. And so I'll be gearing up for that. And hey, and here, put this on your horizon. The North Canton Indoor-Outdoor Home Improvement Show is scheduled for Saturday and Sunday, May 8th and 9th. So I'll talk about that later, maybe as we get closer. Most of all, folks, I just want to thank you for your time. I know I went along today, about a half an hour, my gosh. But we had a lot to go over. A lot of things are coming open for North Canton and our community. Please shop locally as much as you can. Go out, enjoy the weather, get your walk in. Just stay safe and keep well. Have great faith in our community that we continue to care for one another. So thank you for your time and attention, and have a good rest of the week. Take care.